So let's go here to get this first video.
They're around the world. They're drafting. These different countries are drafting automatic drafts into the military, including the United States. Look at this. Now let's look at the UK. UK Air Chief warns Britain's sons and daughters must prepare for war with Russia, telling families to expect sacrifice. This piggybacks so well with what Pete Hegseth said recently. What Pete Hegseth just said about the U.S. Are you seeing this coordination around the world? There's a coordinated effort. Digital ID, digital currency, the wars, freedom of speech being censored. I have if you don't know about what happened on X today, I'll get to it in another video. But essentially, they changed the terms of service, and it pretty much, you know what, we'll wait for it. But it's, people were freaking out all morning about it, because essentially, I told you there are 20 bills currently in legislation right now that effectively ends freedom of speech. Effectively ends freedom of speech through hate speech laws, claiming to protect children. That's also to help force digital ID to be used just to get online. We've covered these things. We're seeing that censorship going out globally right now. Right now in every Western country, all through Europe and here, Canada. Canada is banning books of the Bible because it's hate speech. Are you getting the idea of where we are? But let me continue. Of course, neither he or his sons and daughters will sacrifice anything. You will.
The most obvious impact on all of us will be the cost of building this resilience. Sons and daughters, colleagues, veterans will all have a part to play, to build, to serve, and if necessary, to fight. And more families will know what sacrifice for our nation means.
The comments follow a separate speech by Blaise Metrovelli, the head of MI6. She too raised the alarm about the dangers posed by Vladimir Putin's Russia.
We all continue to face the menace of an aggressive, expansionist and revisionist Russia seeking to subjugate Ukraine and harass NATO. I find it harrowing that hundreds of thousands have died, with the toll mounting every day because of Putin's historical distortions and his compromised desire for respect.
The two speeches underline the growing concern inside defence and security circles about the threat posed by Russia and the need for the whole of society to be prepared to respond. Yet defence insiders tell me they're worried that the only thing really growing in defence is the gap between the strong rhetoric from officials and the reality in the ranks, where there are questions about where the money's coming from to rebuild the armed forces and to rebuild wider national resilience. Is there a risk that the only thing growing in UK defence is the gap between the strong rhetoric?
Okay, so you get the idea, but look at this. This is the most telling thing. Breaking: China and Russia say they will protect Iran and Venezuela from the United States. That is world war. So if we go into Venezuela tonight, if war is declared on Venezuela tonight, this is what China and Russia said that they will do. They will be in that war and they will defend Venezuela from the United States, let alone Iran. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? World War III is upon us. Look at this. Oh, sorry, it didn't pop in there. Breaking and unusual from the Russian Defense Ministry moments ago. President Vladimir Putin delivers a blunt warning. If Ukraine and its European patrons refuse serious dialogue, Russia will liberate its historical lands by military force. So there is war coming from everywhere at this point. everywhere. Even, guys, Taiwan.
Breaking news coming out moments ago, as take a look at the latest headlines with me, coming out just a couple of minutes ago.
All right, Shalom is first and foremost. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, Hashem, YAHAWASHI, Hashem, Wakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the mighty Akim, Wakwathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson, we're going to be going into some just a little bit, tad bit of this prophecy. I thought it was important to note because there's a lot. Actually, it's more than just this, because there's also this video which I'm not going to play, but there is what was the video again? I forgot where it is. Oh, here, this one as well, where there's a lot of stuff that's just been going on. If you want to see the videos fully, I'm going to link them in the description. Definitely go check them out. But again, I just want to go into how the stuff that we're seeing right now, it is like Yahawadah, we get that World War III, we get the drafts, all those different things. And please tell me I clicked the right one. Fucking hell, bro. Oh, I remember now. Okay, here it is. I have to go here. It was this. There's this Jake that had this dream, and he basically explained how a bunch of the stuff that was happening bear with me one moment. A lot of the stuff that was happening is it was
few places in
bear with me, I'm trying to find the damn thing. I know I have it. Whatever. Okay, so anyway, the main thing was how this dream that this Jake had said that people, or there was a bunch of men that had went to war, and they were in these things where they were going to fight in a war, and they were all just dropping dead. Like, they didn't know what they were doing. They weren't as, knowledgeable and all that stuff. Like, okay, they weren't as competent comparatively to what you would expect a soldier to be. And then as a result of that, they were just shooting around randomly, and then they were all just dying. I think he said something about he said something about people, the people being in basically dying to the war, and then a bunch of men were just dead. And as a matter of fact, now I remember what precept I want to get. Get this. It was in 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 33, the virgin shall mourn, let's go back, get more context. Yeah, verse 33, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, the women shall mourn, having no husbands, their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things, and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. So yeah, basically the end result is that a bunch of the men are going to die in these up and coming wars with this draft and all that stuff. And you heard the woman in the news. They were basically saying a bunch of nations were pissed off at Babylon for their choices. Actually, let me see the where's the video? It says every country prepares for war as China and Russia vow to strike USA over Venezuela invasion. So let's actually get into some more of these precepts. Matthew 24 verse 7: For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. So one of the things is nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, meaning wars between two separate countries. All right. On top of that, I'll get this after, or maybe not at all. Second Ezra chapter 14 verse 17: For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. And that's the thing where a lot of men are a lot more effeminate now, and a lot of women are more masculine. And as a result of that, this entire world, this entire kingdom, it's upside down, where people are falling out of their natural order. All right, what not their natural roles, and men are weaker now. Men are weaker as a result of it. And when you have weak men, all right, what are they? Who's gonna protect what matters? Who's gonna protect your family? Who's gonna protect your kids, your wife, your husband, your whatever? All right, all these things, like, who's going to protect them if the men are weak? And that's basically what's going on here, where in these wars, because Esau is the reason why the men are weak and effeminate now, that he's just going to go send them off to die, because these men they don't have the mindset of, I'm going to protect my freaking family, I'm going to fight for my country. And even on top of that, the people, they don't even fuck with the military. They hate the military. I think respect for military is at an all-time low now, more so than ever. I don't think it's very hard to find people that actually say, oh yeah, I respect the military, I love the military, this and that and stuff like that, or not necessarily the military personnel. I think they more so don't like and don't trust in the government that actually runs said military. The actual troops, I think they get some respect to a certain degree by your average person, but even still, then their lives are miserable when they get the status of retired veteran or whatever. Okay, so yeah, you have a bunch of weak men now. Next, Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 7: But Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. And because of all the evil that Babylon has done, and other nations do realize Esau or Babylon, they're evil, they're wicked, they're doing this, like they're always trying to ruin stuff for or push out their wickedness and stuff like that. Then as a result of that, these other nations are mad. And the wine is the doctrine and the philosophies, where even these other nations, like for example, a Chinese person, following after Babylonian customs, thinking, oh, Esau's the greatest, oh, I want to go live in Babylon, center, where maybe Slakia, hold on, maybe Babylon might be a better place to live than China. As far as what I heard, I don't know the full details on that, but the main thing is how I think that was a bad example overall, but I'm not really knowledgeable on the living conditions for other nations. But basically, the thing is that you have these people that are, oh yeah, Chinese culture and stuff like that, and then when they go to Babylon and it's so much different, and it's like, okay, well, when a Chinese person, a Chinese boy, Chinese girl, whatever, say, oh, I like Babylonian thing and stuff like that, and then their parents see that, or not even just their parents, but their peers see that, and they live in China, then they're gonna be angry, like, what the fuck is this? Is this nation teaching our youth, teaching our people, and guiding them into something that's wrong and that we hate? Okay, that's basically what's going on, and that's been what's going on, honestly. All right. So yeah, as a result of that, these nations are angry. I want to see if I can. Okay, not this. So yeah, basically to end it off, perfect place to end it off. Revelation chapter 11 verse 14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, and the third woe is World War III. We're going to see that soon. Yahawadah, we're going to see the thing, and we're going to see the end of this kingdom. We're going to see the nations go against each other and stuff like that. So Yahawadah, it's sooner rather than later. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, BaHashem, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem, WAHAWAH, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone of Bible, and Shalom.